Hey, hello everyone, welcome back to Division 2. We're now in France. Weather's looking good, 17 drivers from the grid, and yeah, we're ready for it. Uh, what do you think how the race will go, James? Yeah. It is for sure. One more thing, can you just invite Lupotik and Levan? Yes, thank you. Anyways, some drivers already put a lap time. As you can see, our new AlphaTauri driver, Magic, put a 1:27.2, a pretty good lap for his first try. Second place, 8 tenths behind Yoel Sabi, and in third place Stan at the moment. Some drivers actually going on the medium strategy. I can see Linux, Petrivoli, Jensen, and a lot of drivers actually going on the medium tires. Yeah, for sure, it is. It is. When was the last time we've had a French Grand Prix in real life? I don't think it was in 2019, wasn't it? I don't remember who won the Grand Prix. I think. Oh. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I do remember there was a lap one incident in 2018 with Bottas and Vettel, I think. But Alex Klein goes P2, 27.3, just 1/10 slower for pole position. Lost Souls, who had an unlucky race last time, is now almost about to finish his hot lap on the medium tires, as he is now on his last turn. Gets a decent exit out of the turn. Obviously he's on the medium tires, so it will probably be hard for him to qualify on the top 5. But he goes P9, so the fastest medium runner at the moment is Jensen with a 1:28.3. Decent lap time for medium tires. Yeah. The Grand Prix. Oh, it's. Oh yes, it was Jensen and yeah, and fighting with Pedro GTZ. Exactly. Yeah, and I don't know. I think there's some issues if you join late. Even though you put a lap time, you'll still start last back of the grid. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it is. But yeah, just like about a week ago, I joined the late qualifying session, and I think I finished P3 or something, and I had to start from back of the grid for some reason. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and oh, oh yeah, he is. But we'll have a look at our current P1 Magic, who did improve his first sector. We'll see what he does. Also, he's trying to get some slipstream out of our Red Bull driver, and he does improve by 500 of tenths. Yeah, there's a definite possibility as the track will get better and better. We'll see what Magic does now. So last corner for him. Gets a bit of a lockup out of that corner. Very bad exit also. I'm not sure if he will improve his lap time, and it doesn't look like it. Yeah, 128.1. Rossi in P3. Did he just put his lap time, or I just didn't see that? No. Oh, okay. Also, McLaren driver Joel Sabi currently improving by 3/10. He's just about to finish his qualifying lap. He'll get a bit of slipstream actually because of Rufy, and he does improve by 4/10, puts him into P4. It is. Is there someone else? Do you have someone? Do you have someone in mind who's on his hot lap? Oh, Rossi. Okay. Oh. You just missed out. Yeah. Yeah. And now Stan goes P5 with a 127.7. McLeod, we'll see first what racing does. It doesn't improve that much. And McLeod, it does. But just have a look. That McLeod has 3 lap all tires. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, 127.1. So it's we're almost in those 126. It's not. Yeah. Oh. Oh, P2. Okay. There's still 3 drivers who haven't put a lap yet. Ricciardo, our first round winner in Bahrain, is now last corner, gets very good exit actually, very good turn. Yeah, he is, but I don't think his lap will be enough. Yeah, it puts him in P. Oh, actually not bad. No, sorry, my mistake. Now we have Otti now crossing the finish line, and P7. I think it was his first lap, or yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's funny. Oh. Okay, we'll have a look at now. 6/10 actually is improving. So already looking at that, we'll put him into P9. Oh, unfortunate. But yeah, that's also a possibility. Yep. This is the last chance for Linux. And he improves, he goes P1. I just saw this. So Linux goes P1 with a 127.1. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, but he goes P1.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just doing one lap. Usually you're very cautious when it's your final lap, and you need to get it spot on. And it was spot on. He's 5,000 of a second faster than DG Ruffy, but of course everyone else was coming from behind now. And I think Magic Wiki, he stopped again. So his lap time wasn't that good.
Yeah, James, for some reason we cannot hear you. Can you just check in your party settings?
Yeah, I just checked it now. You should hear me now. Which is pretty weird because I commentate so often.
Oh.
For some reason it stopped working. But now it should work. I checked it again. So Rossi, I think, will be the next one to cross the line. No? I think the McLaren driver, oh no, Petro is validated. So Rossi will be the first one.
Okay. Well, Rossi already improved his lap time actually. Improved by 2/10, now is in P5. And yeah, Linux, like you said, he only had one chance and he did it. So with a 127.1.
But I think Rossi is about to challenge him for pole. Through the second sector, Rossi is 2 times up on his personal best, and therefore he's on provisional pole at the moment.
Oh.
Ooh, little mistake.
Yes, he almost invalidated that.
That might cost him a 10th.
Yeah,
maybe half a 10th.
Yeah, that was really, really close. But we'll see how much that made an effect on his lap time. Yes, certainly did a lot.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, that's pretty bad for him. Next one is Ace Inferno. At the moment, plump last. P17.
P17, yeah. After Ace Inferno, I think it's Stan Lohman. So we'll see what Ace does on in his second sector. Alright, so there you go. Currently 129.1 1 second slower, so
that
will not be enough. Good. So we'll see what Stan Lohman no 1.5 seconds slower in his first sector, but we'll still see if he can still improve. Oh, there's a yellow flag. No, that's just Linux retiring from the session. Two drivers with a 127.1.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, but still surprisingly top 10 gap is 1 second. It should be less than that. I mean, we've seen previous races, but
and nearly everyone is out on the soft tires.
Yeah, everybody's on soft tires probably. Yeah, even Jensen now is also going on a soft tire. But we'll still have a look at Stan. And I think after Stan is a Racing Point driver, so after that
it's Ruffy. Okay. Yeah, it's Ruffy. And then I can give you TNT OTM validated.
Okay, so we'll see what Stan does now. But across the finish line, he does not improve. Now let's see what Ruffy does.
And just behind him, it's Alex Klein.
Okay, so we'll see what Rufy does. It looks like he's going to improve actually. No, it does not. Sorry, that was my bad.
And Alex Klein does improve.
Does improve by 126.
126.995. So it's TNT Otti now.
TNT
improve.
Racing Omir very did his lap time. Who else do we have? Now we have Magic Ricky. See what he does. Can he take pole position? No, he cannot take pole position. Can URL Savvy take pole position? We'll find out. And behind him is Jensen, the last person who can actually do something. No, Jensen. I think he
is on pole.
Yes, he does. He does. Both Ferraris.
Ferrari won too. Amazing.
That's amazing. Congrats to the Ferrari team. P1, P2. They should be very, very happy about it.
Extremely happy. And look at the back of the grid. GTZ Petrao only 16 fastest. Petrovo only 15 fastest. Wilco and Los Sos only 14th and 13th fastest. They usually are right at the top. I think they just messed up with qualifying a bit.
Yeah, I think he just had a bad qualifying. Obviously we know Pedro is a very fast driver. His race pace is really good. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, especially his race pace is really good. So I expect a little bit from him.
Yeah, he will do a comeback.
Yeah.
But yeah, two drivers in the 126.9.
Both Ferrari drivers, which is quite unusual.
Yeah, it's not what you see in real life, but yeah, the gaps are pretty big. I mean, that's not what we expect. Obviously, in previous races, the top 10 are the gaps are covered in like under 5 tenths or 6 tenths, but now it's 1.1 seconds. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's just hard to do a qualifying lap time in France.
Yeah, we saw like Linux and of course Jensen doing one flying lap on the soft tire, and of course then maximizing that lap. That's quite good to see. But it's easy to invalidate on this track, especially in turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, and in that chicane between the two straights in sector 2. And therefore the drivers need to be extremely careful when pushing the car to the limits. And I think some drivers just went too far off the limits and therefore invalidated the lap. And of course, being outside the top 10 on the medium tire isn't really the best option.
The weather looks good.
It looks really good, to be honest.
Yeah, to be honest.
But of course, remember last week in Sanford, we had like cloudy weather, then extremely clear sky, and then again a cloudy sky, and it looked like rain. So it might be that we have a change of climate conditions this race as well.
It is a possibility, but was there rain in Zandvoort?
No. Yes, in qualifying there was rain. In qualifying we had rain right at the end.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that where Shabby was improving his lap time in the wet conditions.
Yeah, that's correct.
But unfortunately, Shabby's wheel is broken, so he cannot race today.
Which is quite unfortunate, because that's something he can't really influence, and therefore it's pretty.
Yeah, he could also help his teammate. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And it's of course for him as well. He's a pretty fast driver in that division, and therefore he loses out on receiving quite a lot of points.
Yeah, also very consistent.
Yes. Looking at strategy, of course, we have the top 10 drivers on that soft tire, on which they qualified on, and outside the top 10 we have 2 drivers on the hard tire, which is quite a good strategy, to be honest. I would go for the same strategy which Asen Thermo and GTZ Petrol have, and Dexter went for the soft tire. And we are 18 drivers now.
Oh, Levan just joined.
Yes, and the other one joined as well and then left the session again.
I think he's just having difficulties, to join.
But yeah, he's starting from the back of the grid. Of course, he didn't put a qualifying lap, a lap time in qualifying. But starting at the back might not be the baddest outcome, because there's a lot can happen in that race, especially in turn 1, turn 2 after the start. It can be very chaotic, and therefore he could gain a lot of positions starting on a medium tire. Strategy wise, we have a quite long pit lane, and therefore doing a one stop is has a greater advantage than a two stop, and therefore going from soft to hard or from medium to hard or from hard to medium is the best strategy. And of course starting on a medium tire is will be better than starting on the soft tires. They will degradate a lot faster than a medium tire, and of course than a hard tire. And we have 5 red lights, and we wait again. And DG Rossi has a penalty, and the start is on the way now. And Alex Klein actually won the start against Jensen. Jensen has a really bad start. Linux is right next to him. Outside in turn 1, turn 2 now, inside line for Linux, and Jensen loses 2 positions right at the start. Alex Klein winning position at the start, and DG Rossi having a drive-through penalty as the lights go on quite a long time, similar to Sanford. At the back we see Racing Formula fighting against Otti and Dan Lohman and hitting each other, and Racing Formula spinning after turn 6 or into turn 6, losing quite a lot of positions from P10 to P18. And at the front we see quite a lot of position, not really quite a lot of position change. Jensen of course losing more or less 2 positions. Otti gaining 1 position, Stan Lohman losing 1 position. Ace Inferno having a good start on those hard tires, gaining 2 positions, but Petrovo on the medium tires gaining 3 positions, and therefore is the winner of the start. Losing 1 position is Lost Souls, now in P14. And the second hard driver is GT Seb Patrol, not losing a position, not gaining a position, as Jensen is fighting for P4 at the moment against Magic Ricky. On the outside, the AlphaTauri driver, but the Ferrari driver holds on to P4 at the moment, and therefore, yeah, is in a podium position as DG Rossi pits now to drive through the pit lane, as he has a
Yeah, it's been very unfortunate race for Rufy already, because he had a drive-through penalty. You can already see now he's 10 seconds behind the last second to last driver. It's very unfortunate for him. But Jensen also had a really bad start. So now he was P4, now he's up to P3. I think he was even P5. So yeah, he's struggling.
Yeah, he's under pressure. He's really under pressure now from Magic Ricky. They really need to be careful with the ERS deployment into the chicane. Wow, no dive bomb there. They really need to be careful with the ERS deployment here. They can't risk to deploy too much now.
Yeah, also because I think saving ERS is also very difficult, because the track is a very fast track, and you do consume a lot of ERS also. But the Ferraris is not bad yet, because they're certainly the top 3 is just Linux now who's actually gained a position, and Jensen actually has lost 2 positions. But as you just look at how many positions people gain, I think this, all of them gained positions except Jensen and the last 2 drivers. So I could say most of the drivers had a good start. But yeah, they did. But like I said,
Yeah, it actually was a pretty clean start as well. There were no major collisions, no damage upon wings as McLeod goes past Ace Inferno into turn 1. The only collision was between Racing Formula and I think it was Ace Inferno and Stan Lohman, and basically the Mercedes driver spun
Yeah,
in turn 5.
Yeah, I was watching the incident. It's right there where McLeod just is. It's actually because three drivers were side by side and there's just no space to go, and you know, obviously three drivers side by side, it definitely is going to be very hard. That's why he spun. And now we have McLeod overtaking Stan with DRS, but McLeod is on the medium tires. Don't forget about that. But now he moves up to P8.
Yeah, but now he really needs to close that gap down to TNT Otti at 1.6 second gap. To be in his DRS window, as that is really important to actually save ERS and fuel. And I do think that the top 7 at the moment will stay in that DRS window, as it's so powerful around here. As Petrol goes into P10, into the point scoring positions.
Yeah. But there you go. So Alex Klein still leading the race, but he has a 3-second penalty. Also, it's actually very easy to get a penalty. Yeah, it is already. So it's also, well, about this track, it's also easy to get a penalty. Definitely the first 2 corners right here.
Yeah, you need to be very careful around here. He actually in the onboard position of Alex Klein, it was easy to see that the sun reflection on the curb. It's difficult to actually see the curb or the inside of the curb in turn 1. Therefore, it's easy to cut that.
Yeah, to actually cut the corner. Yeah, it's hard. But obviously Linux has full advantage over it. Obviously has DRS and everything. Alex Klein obviously will have to use his ERS and everything to defend his position. So Alex Klein basically has no defense except his ERS. And
Lost Souls passing Ace Inferno, who, of course, is on the hard tire. The hard tire is a bit slower than the medium tire, and therefore losing another position now on P13. But his advantage will come to the end of the race when he's on the fresh and medium tire, and therefore just needs to be patient now. As Rick Fur goes into P10, passing Stan Lohman, so both Alfa Romeo cars in the point scoring position now, both on the medium tire, same with Cloud, who is at the moment the best placed medium starter.
Yeah, we've seen McLeod in the previous races. He always I think he never started on soft tires. He always started on medium or hard outside of the top 10, and he always actually finishes in top 6. So he's
and look at the gap. He's actually closing in. He's only 1.4 seconds now. It's 1.5 seconds due to the DRS from TNT Otti. If he gets in the DRS window, he has a great advantage.
Yeah, for sure. He does. I mean, what position did he even start? Let me just have a look. So
P11.
So McLeod started P11. I mean, every race I think he qualified. He finished top 6. When he actually was always outside of the top 10. So he always uses that alternative strategy. And it always works out for him. And here we have Lost Souls just overtaking Stan Lohman, and then Ace Inferno actually looking for a gap, but Ace Inferno now gets a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Now so you have 2 drivers, and ooh, Lin X actually P1. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that as well. When did you do that?
I did not see that, but probably at that DRS straight. The second sector.
Was that really that good for him now? Now he will be the leading car, now he will be the one without DRS. And now Alex Klein pits.
Alex Klein pits. Well, we'll have a look.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. But I think
he switches to medium tire.
Oh, okay, so he's going on the mediums.
And Lost Souls in the pits as well. And he will go on to the soft tire. Is it the soft?
Who's
no,
pitting?
It's medium. No. Oh, it's Dan Lohman. Oh, he has the front wing damage as well.
Oh, front wing damage. And now Rufy's also pitting. Ooh, interesting there for Rufy. Okay. So Rufy going on
soft tire. No, medium.
Medium.
Sorry.
Okay.
So everyone on the medium tire.
Okay, so we'll see how the other drivers will react about the pit stop that Alex Klein just made.
Yeah. I think the undercut is quite important around here. Having a fresh set of tires around here, especially in Sector 3, is pretty amazing, to be honest. It feels amazing, and therefore I think he will do the undercut now and actually pass his teammate and Linux when they stop.
Yeah, but I'm a bit curious when Stan Roman actually got front wing damage.
Yeah, me too actually. And didn't see that. McLeod is actually just behind TNT, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do you want to hear weather news?
Hear what?
The weather news. Whether it's gonna rain or not.
Oh, what is it?
20 minutes is set.
20 minutes rain?
Heavy rain.
20 minutes heavy rain?
It says that Jensen wrote that into Discord. So as Stan Loman passes TNT Orty now for P4, if it's going to rain, and if McLeod is able to last or push his tire onto that certain lap when it's gonna rain, then he has a great advantage over everybody.
Could that
not
be
only him?
Yeah, could that be the reason why all the drivers are going on the medium tires?
Yeah, and especially that early. So they want to use that medium tire as soon as possible.
Yeah. Well, so Lin X, who pitted one lap later than Alex Clay now, Alex Clay now actually has a gap of 2 seconds, but his teammate actually didn't pit yet. I mean, not only his teammate, also Magic and Rossi didn't pit yet. So we'll see how that turns.
Yeah, they will lose quite a lot of time. They will actually merge behind Sabi. So Sabi pitted now around 2 seconds behind Linux. They will all emerge, except Jensen I think, behind Sabi. Although Jensen could actually merge behind him as well.
We'll see if Jensen pits and what the other drivers behind him will do. So Jensen is pitting, Magic is not pitting, and Rossi is pitting. So Magic is not pitting.
Okay, he might do another lap. Gap to Sabi was 23 seconds. The estimate time in the pit lane is 22 seconds. So Jensen should emerge in front of Sabi.
Yeah, but interesting that Jensen went on the hard tires while Rossi also went on the hard tires. So different strategies.
So they don't think that the medium tire will last until the rain or last until the end of the race. And it will be close turn 1 and Jensen's just ahead of Xavi. But he will get past now. He will get past now because Xavi's on a better tire.
Yeah, but interesting now. Look at the gaps now with the Ferraris. So now so now you have a gap with Linux of 1.6 seconds, and now with the other gap, now 2.6 seconds. Those gaps before the pit stop were just 4/10 each other.
Yeah.
So big the pit stops are very powerful, and then you have URL Sabi now just overtaking Jensen with DRS.
Yeah, and McLeod right behind Magic, who is really slow now around the corners. You could really see that he has no grip at all with those old soft tires. So he needs to pit now. Yeah, he's gonna pit now.
He's pitting. We'll see what he does.
Now McLeod, 3 seconds in front of the two other males. They are in front of Lost Souls, and the first hard driver is GTZ12, who's actually right behind them. So again, the McLaren driver is showing a pretty strong race pace, and like we said, his tires are gonna last longer. In about 2 to 3 laps, his tire actually will be faster than the medium tire, and therefore we could actually see quite a good race from Petrol.
Yeah, I do have a question. So you said that it will rain in 20 minutes. When you said was it before the race that he said in 20 minutes, or like I don't understand what you mean with 20 minutes. Like,
let me look again.
Was it
into the shop?
Was it since lap 1? Because you said it since lap 7, so that means it will rain at the end of the race. If it's since lap 1, then it will definitely start to rain around lap 20. So I want to ask.
Jensen wrote in chat wet weather 20 minute mark.
Okay, So if
I don't actually know when the weather. I mean, it's getting darker.
yeah, well, I mean, Jensen cannot type and drive, so
It
logically
was
we'll
before the race.
yeah. So obviously, yeah,
Usually I have like certain slots before the start of the race.
yeah.
Or maybe in qualifying, if you look at the weather, it actually shows you the different stages of weather, like in 5 minutes time, in 10 minutes time, 20 minutes, 45 minutes, 90 minutes time. Maybe it showed it on the screen that it's 20 minutes from the start of the Grand Prix, which would be about lap 15,
Yes,
and it's
that
getting
is.
actually darker.
Yeah, and it is. And now I'm actually interested. Looking now at Pedro and Ace Inferno. I don't. Ooh, does he? Ooh, yellow flag.
Ooh, that's Dexter. Well, I think he just let them through. Yeah, I just think he let them through.
Well, I mean, look at Stan. Look at the weather from Stan's view. It's very dark actually, and I think Pedro and Ace Inferno are on the right strategy. I think they won't even have to pit anymore. Just looking at the weather condition.
Oh, it's good. It's raining now. It started to rain now.
Already?
Already. It's
yeah.
On Lost Souls. It's raining now.
Oh,
so
interesting.
the medium tires started to pit as well.
So McLeod won't even have to pit, or even the medium tires won't have to pit anymore.
So it's McLeod in front of Petro, Victor, Lost Souls, Petro, and Ace Inferno. The only problem with that is, if the race engineer says you need to box now, Victor will lose quite a lot of positions.
Yeah, well, we don't know if for McLeod if it's the right call, but looking at drivers like Stan who are behind, they could actually. We'll see. Okay, so McLeod doesn't pit, so maybe the conditions are not wet enough for the intermediate tires, as you can see. But drivers like Stan, who are like P6, 15, 16, who are still not near the pit stop, is it possible that it will be wet?
Alex Klein passing Lieven, having better exit out of the last corner. And to your question, yes, they could gamble, and I actually would gamble. Not yet, because it's not. It still looks like they have quite a lot of grip on track. But if it gets to a certain point where your lap times are 3 seconds, 4 seconds slower than your usual lap times, you need to box. You need to gamble. Because you have nothing to lose.
Yeah, but they didn't. But we're talking about sectors. McLeod's first sector was 6/10 slower than his previous first sector, and I will see at his second sector. So it does it right now. So that's also actually 6/10 slower than his first, and then 7/10 slower than that. That's around 1.3 seconds slower. So it's still if it's 1.3 seconds slower, then the dry tires are still faster.
Yeah, I'm not pretty sure it varies from track to track, but I think the gap should be around 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
Oh, sorry for the interruption, but McLeod was just thinking, so he was just turning left, and then he yeah, well, McLeod was just turning left, and then he just decides to just turn right for some reason. I think was he just faking? But McLeod will lose so much time because he does not, and that's very lucky because there's so many drivers behind him. But
I think he wanted to go left, but then the race engineer said box, and then he boxed, and I think it was perfect timing for him. Two drivers still went on. Victor, of course, didn't want to be behind his teammate, but he would lose so much time. Same as Ace Inferno, and McLeod in P1. Was he still out? Petro, P2, TNT Otti stayed out, Lost Souls, Petro.
26-1. Okay. Well, I'm actually curious, so I'm gonna look what Recross second sector will be, and then I'll just look what McLeod's second sector will be.
You can look at Victor's time, I will look at McLeod's time.
Yeah, okay.
And then we can
Yeah, Recross is struggling a lot. I think it's. We'll see. Well, Recross first sector is second sector is a 32.2. That's very slow. So I think
3 seconds slower than. 22.2. Let's see, McLeod coming now through the final part of second. He does a 30.7, he's 2 seconds faster.
Oh, he's 2 seconds faster, so Ricciardo will lose a bit of time there.
Lost Souls, a penalty. Right behind Rossi, who stayed out, and Rossi gets passed by Lost Souls now. Into
Oh, second sector.
And GTZ Betrao actually passing him as well.
Yeah, in P6 actually, very impressive for Pedro.
Yeah, and he will be P4 in a minute. Because Big Fun is Inferno. Oh, as Inferno is still driving.
Oh, that's interesting. Can he actually... what position did he even start?
P12.
No, P16. P16. Pedro started P16.
You meant Pedro, I think you meant
but it's not over yet. As what did you say? Heavy rain. You said heavy rain.
I said heavy rain, yeah.
Yeah, well, I was just look at the weather. It's getting worse and worse. So
it's getting worse. It's getting worse.
So people, yeah. So drivers, I think, will have to pit again to go on the
Inferno's just been passed. He lost 3 or 4 seconds this lap now. He lost 3 seconds with one corner.
Yeah. The weather is getting worse, as you can see. So, like you said, in 20 minutes you said heavy rain, which actually meant, so in 20 minutes it meant heavy rain, which means probably in 15 minutes, 10 minutes meant light rain, as you just saw in lap 10. We had light rain, so which means in a few laps we'll actually have heavy rain, and drivers will have to pit.
Lost Souls getting past Ace Inferno, GTZ now on P4, GTZ.
And Pedro is overtaking Lost Souls.
On the inside of the fast right-hander.
Well,
actually going past Lost Souls, having problems finding the grip.
Yeah.
And Wigfa was right behind his teammate, which was, and he is 6 seconds now in front of him, but he's still in P5. Look at Alex Klein. Alex Klein was leading this race, P7 now. Linux P8, Jensen only P13. Look how much time they lost.
Yeah, they did, and I think Ace Fenno is not pitting because I think he wants to go directly on the blue tires. Oh, he's pitting. I'm gonna look. Oh, there's a yellow flag. I think. Oh, there's a crash.
Oh yeah.
He lost control over that turn. It's virtual safety car.
Virtual safety car. And Lost Souls retired from the session.
Oh, that's gonna give so much advantage to Ace Inferno. Ace Inferno goes on the medium tires. What is going on?
No.
Oh, that must have been a glitch.
He must have. Oh no, that's so. Oh, that's so unfortunate for him.
Yeah, he had so much luck. Sorry. He was doing so good.
Yeah. It also means that Wigfa is P4 at the moment, Alex P5. Now I need to be careful with Delta.
Yeah. And Rossi still didn't pit yet, so I mean, he's probably thinking to go directly on the wet tires, on the blue tires.
He's so slow, bro.
Yeah, that is true. It's really slow.
Look how he's holding off GG Rocky. He goes on the outside now. I mean, it's over so for Gambo. I mean, we could still see a safety car, but he's losing so much time. However, Petrov is gaining time. He gained 1 second already on McLeod. Still 7 seconds to go. 3 seconds until Petrov. But the top 4 really impressive. Alex Klein, same with Linux, impressive as well. Even though they started at the front, they need to do another pit stop, or one more pit stop than everyone else in front of them, and therefore it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So a lot of changements have been done. Just looking at race director, just look at the top 4. All of them are outside of the top 10.
Yeah. Two gained 10 places. The other 2 gained 13 places, and Ace Inferno doing another lap.
Asian Fair doing another lap. Interesting. But the gaps have been are very big, very massive now. It's just like Imola with the rain. Gaps were so big.
We have Jensen in a fight, in a freeway fight with Leven and Magic.
Yeah, no,
and Jensen actually passing the runner driver for P9, and right behind P8 now, which is Magic Wiki.
Yep.
But still a good race from Leven. Not participating in qualifying. We joined quite late to this session, starting from last place, and still now in P10.
Yeah, it's a very good race for him at the moment. Well, I mean, anything can still happen. I mean, they still have to pay. It's not like these tires will go till the end.
No, I don't think they have. Even though it stays in intermediate conditions, I do think they only do another pit stop.
No, I don't. I still think that because, as you said, heavy rain. I don't think the intermediate tires can hold on the heavy rain.
But sometimes they can actually do. Depends on how heavy. Might sound stupid in how I say it, but sometimes heavy rain isn't that heavy that the wet tire is so much more advantage. Because it's the wet tire's advantage is only about 3 tenths, it won't be enough to the end of the race. Because you won't gain 32 seconds.
Well, if Cold Monsters are that realistic, I agree with you. Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It really depends on when the heavy rain will hit. If it hits too late, then of course the stop won't make any sense. If it hits around the next 2 or 3 laps, I will pit, definitely.
Well, I mean, like you said, you said heavy rain in 20 minutes, which means around lap 18, 19. So there's still 8 laps to go after lap 89. So we'll see what the drivers do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Pedro in P3 actually. I mean, he started I think almost last, and we were just talking about him. And look how he's driving. He's not following the racing line. He's driving on the wet.
Verstappen. Yeah. Which is even though of course Max Verstappen does that, it is the better line because you have so much. It really is so. You have so much more grip.
Yeah, but is the game that realistic?
Yeah. Is it? Not always, not around all corners, but around most of the corners. Let's say Brazil, around that long left-hand corner in end of sector 2, how Verstappen took it in 2016. It really is that realistic that if you go around the outside of the corner, you will be you will have more grip. You won't particularly be faster, but you will have more grip.
Okay, well, it makes sense. But yeah, gap between P1 and P2 is still 4 seconds.
Actually, it's...
Ooh, did you see? Did you just realize something? The rain just stopped.
It just stopped, yeah.
I don't see any drops anymore.
No, me neither. That's pretty weird.
So that's pretty weird.
Maybe we saw the heavy rain at the beginning of the rain where it really was quite heavy. It dried up now. Maybe that's the reason why Ace Inferno didn't want to go on the intermediate tire. Well, I mean, he lost so much time, it won't make any difference now. So we will see another stint on the soft tire, I think.
There is a possibility, yes. Yes, there is. I think that's the heavy rain. I think that's it. That was it. But yeah.
But still, we could see now all drivers going to the end on the intermediate tires, and we could see all drivers pitting for soft tires.
Yeah, so another gamble.
I mean, it looks still quite a lot of spray, especially near the curbs, and therefore, oh no, Linux is stopping.
Oh, Linux is pitting. Okay, interesting. We'll see.
He's the only one.
Oh, going on the soft tires. Okay, well, we'll look at that also. So the second sector, we'll look at McLeod and what he does and what Linux does.
So he will be Sebastian Vettel from Imola, and I think every driver will tried to look at his. I mean, they can't, of course. Only we can do that. But it's pretty interesting now to see. But I do think it's too wet. Still too wet.
Is it?
Yeah, I think.
I feel like.
Is it?
I feel like he chose the best strategy.
Yeah. I think he. Yeah. DRS is enabled. DRS is enabled. It is the best strategy. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also thinking about the pit stop takes a lot of time. It just, it's not a.
It's a full lap now where his tires are better. It's not like half of the lap.
Exactly.
It's dry. It's like the full lap, and especially now in sector 3 where it's actually pretty dry then, he will have such an advantage as no racing Formula 9 disconnect. I will try to invite him again.
Yeah. Anyways, so as you saw also, the second sector of McLeod was a 30.7, and now Lennox is just about the second sector. We'll see what Lennox does. Ooh, 29.6, which already means he for his second sector he gained 1 second out of McLeod, and now here we have the second third sector, so which we cannot see the difference because McLeod is pitting, and unlucky for Petrivoli and Micro because they are the same team and pitting at the same time. So I'm sure Lennox will already gain 1 position. That's already a surety, and now Lennox is just last turn of the lap, and now you have the straight.
McLeod, Petrov and Petrov will exit pit lane in front of him, and he will be P4. No, Alex Klein
behind Alex Klein.
Oh, now you get past Alex Klein.
He does get past.
He cuts the corner. However, he's on a soft tire. And that's interesting to see the other drivers. So Petrov on a soft tire, Victor on soft tires, Jensen on soft, Ruffy, Sabi, Alex Klein and McLeod on medium tires. So maybe they don't have a fresh soft anymore. They don't trust the fresh soft that they will last to the end of the race, or they just have a better feeling on a medium tire.
That's a possibility. But Lennox moves into P4 now, but Alex Klein is right behind him. But I think he has a 6-second penalty. He does.
Yeah. Lennox just needs to be faster now. The first 3 or 4 laps, he will be able to pull out a gap of a second, and therefore will help him. Petrao actually gained a second in the pit stop. Now I lost my delta.
Yeah, same.
He's about 2 seconds away from Petrov. He actually is about 4 seconds away from McLeod, but McLeod of course on a medium tire, which will be better at the end of the race.
Yep.
In about 7 laps actually. So about lap 25, the soft tires will be a bit slower than the medium. Not slow enough, but a bit slower.
Yeah, they will. Now I'm interested because we know Gustavo's pace. Pedro. Pedro's pace is really, really fast during the race. So I'm actually now interested to see what Pedro now does with the the dry conditions. P3 currently, as we'll see what he does. Anyways,
Victor behind Alex Klein, who himself is behind Linux for P4, and Petrov is chasing down Petrovo, and he actually is chasing down McLeod. So both drivers are actually fighting still for P1.
No.
And Alex Klein passing Linux.
No, but he might do a switchback.
No, he won't use his ERS, which is a good decision. Stay behind him, because Alex Klein, of course, having his penalties, needs to put out a gap himself. And Jensen passing DG Ruffy, Poppy 9, and has Magic just in front of him, who himself has Sabi in front of him, but he has a 11.5 second gap to Victor.
Yeah, he does. But very different tire strategy. Some are on the soft, some are on the medium. Just like you said, some drivers don't trust the soft, and some actually don't have the soft anymore. But Pedro is closing in on Petrovoli, but it's not that much. Anyways,
he used up his oldest ERS. He has no ERS available. McLaren driver.
Oh yeah, I just saw it. Huh. Oh, okay. So well, I mean, looking at the standings, uh, Alex Klein will be in P6 because of the penalty, but we'll see. As more people now get penalties.
Yeah. That will be good for Jensen, with the two drivers in front of him having penalties.
Yeah, we'll actually move him into P7. But, yeah.
And it's just 1.5 seconds now between Petrol and McLeod, with Sabi being passed by Ricky. But again, that's the difference, soft tires against medium tires. It's difficult to defend. Me myself, I had a... Oh no, we have a safety car.
Oh, there's a safety car.
Ooh, that will change everything.
Yeah, that'll change up, but what just happened there?
Who crashed? Ace Inferno crashed. He crashed in... Oh no, he might have lost his car out of turn 2. Do we see any pit stops? No.
We'll see. Is anybody pitting? No.
No.
Linux? No.
No, he's
I mean,
no, I don't think.
Yeah, well, the last drivers. No, I'm just saying the people who are out of the top 10, they have nothing to lose. So.
Yeah, especially Rossi. Look at Rossi. He's on his 13 old lap hard tire. He would definitely stop.
Yeah, Jensen is pitting.
Yeah, Jensen, of course.
Levi
everyone
is pitting.
else would lose. Everyone else would lose too much time.
Yeah.
If they box.
So Jensen goes on fresh soft tires.
Dan isn't pitting. Mercedes driver Racing is pitting.
Yeah, Racing is pitting. Yeah, just like I said, all the drivers out of the top 10 except Luffy.
Yeah, but Dexter and Bossy pit as well.
Yeah, but
Jensen.
very bad news for Alex Klein, because now because of his 6-second penalty, and the safety car will take one more lap, because you can see the drivers are still not close to the safety car, so that will, I think, will take us till lap 24 or 5 that the safety car comes in.
Yeah,
so,
but that's of course bad for McLeod as well, because he himself had a 1 second lead, or over 1 second gap to Petrol, and now Petrol is right behind him, is able to use DRS, was able to recharge his ERS, same as Petrol, and therefore they will have a great advantage at the restart, and they can save tires now as well.
They can for sure.
So I think it will be a three-way fight for P1, with Alex Klein trying to defend P4 at least on track. Linux of course trying to pass Alex Klein, same with Rickfer. And of course now Jensen is back in the race, Rossi is back in the race, Racing is back in the race, same as DG Ruffy. They can all just gain, well, Jensen not having a penalty will regain quite a lot of positions.
Yeah, he can. As I'm thinking the safety car will come in next lap if the last two drivers can catch up to the safety car, because I don't think the safety car comes in unless everybody is right in there.
Yeah, usually it doesn't, except it's right at the end of the race, and then you like it would be out 3 laps before the end of the race, and it's only out one lap after it came out. But yeah, I should wait until everyone catched up.
Yeah.
And it isn't long anymore, so they should be able.
Yeah, they should. I think the last two drivers are just now about to cross the finish line, so they'll come. I think the safety car might come in this lap if the last two drivers catch up, and I think they will.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. And the weather is amazing. Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Four more laps to go. Everyone on all sets of tires except Jensen, and all drivers behind Jensen. So driver who is on the oldest tire is Linux, because he did try to do an undercut as
They didn't catch up soon enough. I don't think the safety car will pit this lap.
Well,
Will it?
when does this give the signal?
No,
Oh yeah, it
okay.
is. It is.
Usually it gives a signal at the end of sector 2, which was actually reported before turn 11. But I think as the two last drivers catch up soon enough, it still decided to go to box
Yeah.
the safety car.
Well,
And now McLeod.
a lot of pressure for a lot of drivers because of the safety car coming in this lab, and so many drivers now just in front and behind. We'll see when McLeod starts.
Should be after last.
Should be after this turn. I think he might actually start, but we'll see. No, he does not.
No?
He's waiting.
Wait, that's actually quite good as well.
Oh, he's starting. He's just starting in Petrol. Ooh.
He's quite close.
He's really close. I don't think it will be enough. But there's so many drivers close. Ooh.
Linux found the outside of Alex. Didn't work. DG Waffy making up positions.
Yep. Where is Jensen? Jensen's still in P11.
Yeah.
It's really pretty hard to overtake drivers because now they've all of them have Slipstream ERS saved up.
Now Victor trying to pass Magic Ricky, isn't able to. And there's no DS available yet.
Yeah.
That's something we need to remind ourselves, or will be open I think for the last 2 laps only.
Yeah. McLaren will be putting so much pressure. Obviously also unlucky because he's on the medium tires and drivers behind him are on faster tires.
Yeah, I think as long as DRS isn't available and he can defend himself, I think what is the moment the DRS will be Jensen actually passing Sabi. Wow.
Oh, I think Jensen just overtook 2 drivers because he was in P11. But I think safety car will, DRS will be enabled when McLeod actually, I think, finishes. Ooh.
I think it's actually 3 laps after safety car restart.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. The next lap it should be open. Jensen right behind GG Buffy, who's on the medium tires. Wicker right behind Magic. Quite close to each other.
Oh, the sector 2.
Ooh, Ruffy.
Ooh, what happened to Ruffy? Did you see what happened?
No, I think he just spun off when he retired. Oh no, Dexter defending him, Stan Lohman. Stan Lohman in the chicane and they touched, and Stan Lohman loses his car.
Fortunate. Yeah. McLeod still under pressure by Petrevole. Yeah, unfortunate for Alex Klein. I don't even think he will finish in the top 10. But at the moment, Jensen still. Actually P8. I think he was in P9. Ooh, very close to Vikra. Ooh, going from the inside. Oh no. No, not enough.
DRS should be available now. Let's see. Yes, DRS is now available. McLeod and Petrol have the same amount of DRS deployment. Petrol has 10% less. Same as Alex Klein.
So we'll now have a look at Petrevole if he can overtake him in the DRS zone. So
he should do it now. The sooner the better.
It is for sure. We'll see how.
Oh no, he makes a mistake.
It's not enough. It's not enough. He still has another go. Do you get DRS in the next one? Next race?
No.
Oh, okay. Ooh, there's so many drivers.
Ooh, and Jensen got Jensen pass. Oh no, Jensen needs one.
But Linux also. That's very bad. Does he lose control or damage? I think only control.
I think she's made a mistake. Vic gaining a position against Linux, and Jensen.
Oi.
Oh, that touch.
Yes.
And Vic gaining position. And Magic is gaining position as well. So that's good.
Yeah, but Jensen very
and
hungry.
Alex Klein another time penalty.
Oh, another penalty. I think Jensen. Oh, if he overtakes, that's a very very good overtake. Oh.
They touch a little bit. And look at behind them, racing.
Yes, but Linux is catching up.
Jensen, but it won't be enough. Won't be enough.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough.
But looking at the leaders, one chance remaining.
Yeah, one chance, and chance. I think Jensen might get P5 after two drivers would have penalty. We'll see. Look at
the gap from McLeod.
Yeah, 7-10. So I think
it's way too. The gap is way too big. I think McLeod, if he doesn't do a mistake,
or gets a penalty,
will stay P1 or gets a penalty. Yeah. Tabi getting past Linux, the Mercedes driver being overtaken again. I think yes, that he must have damage. He was way faster at the beginning of the race.
Yep.
He doesn't have visible damage.
No, it doesn't look like. Well, now Jensen. Oh, I think if Jensen overtakes Vikra, he might take P4. Oh, very close.
On the outside.
But he doesn't get very better exit. Can he overtake him? Can Jensen overtake just like he overtook? Oh, what is happening to Linux? Linux is far away, but anyways, Jensen overtakes Vikra. And I think he might even take P4. We'll see. So McLeod wins the race. Well paid for him, and Jensen takes P4 actually. And Linux into P6 again? What just happened?
I don't know, per time out this Magic Ricky P7. Was he P8? He was last for I think the majority of the race. Yes, and finishing P8 is amazing.
Yeah, and Alex Klein still manages to get in the points. With so many penalties. And yes, Pedro, driver of the day. Yeah, of course, it was P3.
Of course,
yeah. So some drivers really had a very very good race, and well played for McLeod with his alternative strategy that he always does in every race, and it always works out for him. Also well played.
And this time, it's a win for McLeod.
It is, and also well played to actually all the drivers. Well played to Pedro and Pedro for getting that podium.
Is it now the fourth different winner in the fourth Grand Prix?
Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And you can already see. Look at the leader. Was all the drivers with penalties are all at the back. Just because of the safety car. But
Jensen, Victor, and Dunning.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Well, this was the race in France. And where is the next race?
It will be in Austria. As far as I'm aware, let me look.
In Austria?
Will be the Austrian Grand Prix.
Yes, it will be in Austria. So, it was a fun race today, and pretty interesting. But we'll see you next week.